Now we're going to do the final thing in section 4.2, which is to find the mid-sums. We're going to use the same problem that we did the upper and lower sums for in the last video. So now we are going to find the mid-sum for f of x equals x squared on the interval, I don't know what happened to that, equals x squared on the interval from 1 to 5. Okay, so what I mean by mid-sum now is you're going to take the x value in the middle of your bottom of your rectangle, the x value in the middle of the base of your rectangle. So as we did before, we're going to draw it. All right, so x squared is a parabola, looks like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so draw our walls up. I draw worse on here than I do on the board. All right, so now for our mid-sums, I'm still going to want my 4 rectangles. But now I'm going to want to take the x value that is in the middle of my base. So for rectangle 1 here, I'm going to take the value in the middle where it hits my function. I'm going to top it off. There's my first rectangle. For rectangle 2, I'm going to take my x value that's in the middle, go to where it hits the top of my function, draw a horizontal line for the top of my rectangle, top it off. For rectangle 3, take the x value in the middle of my base, go up to where it hits my function, and top it off. And then rectangle 4, take the x value in the middle of my base, go up to where it hits my function, and top it off. There are my 4 rectangles. Again, we are going to add up or sum the values of the areas of those 4 rectangles. So the area using my mid-sum, oh, I apologize, ink, is going to be, again, my base is going to have a width of 1. Now I'm going to do f of 1.5. That is the x value in the middle of my first rectangle. Plus my base again is 1 times f of 2.5. That is going to be my base of my next rectangle, rectangle 2, when it's the middle value of my base. Add to that, again, my base has a length of 1 or width of 1 times f now of 3.5. That is my x value in the middle of that base. Plus again, 1 times f of 4.5. So that's going to be my x value in the middle of that base. All right, well again, 1 times everything is just itself. So I can go ahead now and find these values and evaluate it. All right, so the area of the mid-sums is going to be just f of 1.5 plus f of 2.5 plus f of 3.5 plus f of 4.5. So I'm going to plug those values into my original function and add them up. Remember, my original function is x squared. So when I plug in my upper, the mids, 1.5 into my function, well, 1.5 squared is 2.25. Then next I'm going to plug into my function 2.5. And 2.5 squared is 6.25. Then I'm going to plug 3.5 into my function, and 3.5 squared is 12.25. And the last value I'm going to plug into my function is 4.5, and 4.5 squared is 20.25. So then the area between the x-axis and my function between x equals 1 and x equals 5 is going to be the sum of those 4 numbers. When I add up those 4 numbers in my calculator, I get 41. So that is the area between the x-axis and my curve from x equals 1 to x equals 5 using the mid-sums. And notice that did come between the two areas I found in the last video, with my lower sum being 30, my upper sum being 54. Most other areas will fall in between there. We have now completed section 4.2, so we will move on in the next video.